All right, we'll get started here. All right, so we are into December, which is craziness. I can't even believe it. So I wanted to recognize the people who finished out November hitting Success Club 5 or higher. So we have Nicole Garofolo with 5, Angie Grosbeck with 5, Elena Casapula with 6, Rachel Simpson with 6, Leslie Morgan with 6, Priya Mesa with 6, Jessica Manes with 6, Haley Corbett with 6, Kelly Black with 7, Melissa Leon with 7, Amanda Salcedo with 10, Taylor Heverly with 10, Kelly Schreier with 11, Maggie Lukin with 10. I wrote it out of order. Brittany Cooley with 14, Whitney Knight with 15, and Jenna Desiderio with 20. So congratulations, you guys. That's amazing numbers, and I am so proud of you. You guys seriously pulled it out the last couple of days. I saw some of your numbers jump drastically in that last week, so great job. I am really proud of you. So this month is Christmas, and so a lot of people now are looking for a quick fix. People want to look good for the holidays. So I'm going to be looking to start up a 3-day refresh group right before Christmas. I have not set a date yet, but this is a great time for people to try it out. It's not that expensive, and they get to lose weight, lose the bloat, all of that right before Christmas. So we look for that. We will be doing a 3-day refresh group. And then we have the holiday survival guide that's still going on. You guys can continue to add people to that, as well as the hammer and chisel exclusive test group. Now, with that, the group is officially starting next Monday. So this whole week, I'm going to still be posting stuff in there. But you have the entire week for people to order. So be talking about it, be inviting anybody that has done the 21-day fix, the 21-day fix extreme, or Body Beast. These are great people to get started on this next program because it's kind of like a hybrid yet more intense, getting better results because kind of combining everything all in one. So it's a 90-day program, not a 21-day program. So, you know, we're obviously starting it before Christmas, but we're kind of gonna, you know, allow for a little bit of that Christmas cheat, get right back on track, and then, you know, we'll help them through it. But this is, you know, one thing that I had told a couple people is there's a lot of people that have ordered like the 21-day fix or Body Beast 21-day fix extreme from Amazon and never really had a coach. So this is a great opportunity to maybe do a post about, have you ever done the 21-day fix or have you ever done Body Beast? And you can figure out from there, you know, people will comment and you can message them, hey, are you working with a coach? Have you ever, you know, been in an accountability group? And this will give you an opportunity to work with new people who have already been introduced to Beachbody programs. This is the next step up. So think about it. You can get creative, do some posts like that to gain some interest, to get people to comment on your stuff. Because if you don't know, Facebook is a popularity contest. So the more people you can get to comment and like on your photos, the more your stuff will show up on others' news feeds. So, you know, you may have some friends who you never see their stuff on their news feed, but they're still posting when you go to their page. The reason for that is because nobody's seeing it, so nobody's liking it. So your goal is to get more people to like your stuff or comment on your stuff. So if you just saw, I posted the help me choose the elite photo. That is a great example of how you can get traffic to your page. So, you'll see coaches do things about, I'm thinking about getting my hair cut, which color do you think? Or I'm going to a Christmas event, which outfit? Those are great things that are unrelated to, fitness, that will get people's attention. They will comment. People love to give their opinion on things. And it will help your stuff be seen. So after that, give it a little while, and then you can do a post about something, maybe an invitation to hammer and chisel or something like that. That's a great strategy to get more people to like your stuff so that you're getting boosted up on news feeds. So really, really be talking it up. I know a ton of you have already got yours. Something that is huge is that whenever we release a program, if you can, you really need to get the program, because even if you're not doing it immediately, people need to see that you are up on the newest stuff, and you also need to know what is going on. So like when I was pregnant, I had bought the 21-day fix, and I knew that I wasn't going to be doing the 21-day fix during that time because it was right before I was giving birth. And so I didn't do it, but I had it so that when people were asking me questions, I could go to my stuff, look through it, I could check out a couple of the videos, and I knew what I was talking about, because although I wasn't physically doing it at that point, I had it on hand and people saw that. So it's important to, have hands-on with it. So if you haven't bought it yet, I highly, highly suggest that you do. It's something that too, if you already have let's say the containers, it's a great opportunity for you to do a giveaway. You could do a giveaway or even give it as a gift to somebody, the containers, So that's a great idea if you said, oh, I already have the containers or whatever. Use it to your advantage and help somebody else out. That will in turn help you. So that program is released. It is flying out off the shelves like hotcakes. And so don't miss out. We don't know if it will get on back order. So I actually did the 2-day ship because I want that program now, so I can start talking about it and showing people what I'm doing. Then we have, let's see, what else do we have going on? For all of you who, our party was supposed to be tomorrow night for our Success Club, I had to change it to next week. I hope you all got my email. I was trying to ship something and the post office wouldn't allow me. So now I was trying to package it in a different way. It didn't work. So it's been a nightmare. I was trying to do this while I was in New Jersey. It didn't happen. So I had to wait till I got home to figure it all out. So your packages are out. They're en route to you, but I had to change the party date because clearly it's not going to get there by tomorrow. So mark your calendars for next Wednesday. So the time will stay the same, just a different day. And then just message me to let me know if you'll be there, because we have a little game and stuff that we're going to be playing. So you can grab your favorite drink. We can celebrate and just party and celebrate with you guys together and get to know each other a little bit more. We have our big, humongous celebration in January. This is the biggest Super Saturday, and I know some of you are not close, but if you can, by all means, try and get to Pittsburgh. Because Melanie is the top coach, we will have Carl Deichler. We will have the best of the best. Not all Super Saturdays are this way, but because we are a part of the #1 team in all of Beachbody, it is a huge event. You do not want to miss it. There will be a special party for all of those who are Emerald coaches on Saturday night with the Dream Team. And I'm thinking of doing another little get together for all of us Fearless and Fit people. So we will have a celebrity trainer. We don't know who that is yet. Last year we had Autumn Calabrese, but it's a close setting. So you get to meet them, you get to talk to them. You'll meet Carl. It's just a really, really amazing experience. You can room with people, so it's not as expensive. You can carpool. I know there's a couple people that I know Priya had mentioned, she lives in Virginia. That we have like 3 or 4 people on the team that are in Virginia. So look or in the comment section, if you want to come, say, hey, does anybody else live in, this area? And you never know. You might be able to carpool with somebody as well. So keep that in the back of your head. Those tickets might sell out too. So I suggest getting them right away. Booking hotels right away, because you will want to be in the Omni and not in another hotel, because this way we can be together all the time. So anybody who, check out the comments in the chat. Amanda is in Maryland. So if anybody else is in Maryland, just be, even in the Fearless and Fit group, go ahead and comment in there, because there might be people, like I said, that are in your area. You can also bring a spouse. You can bring a friend. You can bring somebody who's not a coach. That's always an option. It's a great time to bring somebody who is interested but hasn't signed up yet, because this is an experience that not many people get to experience. You're going to get, the full effect, kind of like Summit, which is in July. So speaking of Summit, that is another thing. If you have not bought a ticket or registered, I highly, highly suggest you get on the waiting list, because Summit is a convention that you will not want to miss. It is time that you get to spend with everybody as a team. So we do a lot of bonding, hanging out together. We share hotel rooms. We really get close during this time. We have awesome workouts. We get to, meet celebrity trainers. We work out with them. We do a huge workout for all of us. We actually were in the Guinness Book of World Records last year for everybody. We worked out on the Strip in Nashville. And so it was crazy. It was just an amazing experience. They have the best of the best training. There'll be parties. So you will want to be there. It is sold out, but get on the waiting list. And for anybody who has just become a coach, hitting Success Club 5 in the first 3 months of your business will get you a free ticket. So that is amazing. You need to be there. So if you are hitting Success Club 5 in the first 3 months of your business, that ticket is guaranteed to you. That is not guaranteed to other coaches if they have not got it yet. To kind of give you how impactful, let's say, Summit is, it sold out in the first, what was it, Whitney? It was
like the first couple days, I think.
Yeah. So they released the tickets while we were at Summit, and I think it was like a day and a half or something.
Yeah, I think it was before we got home.
It was. So people want to be there, and you will want to too. So people do drop off, like something may come up, so they have to, get rid of their ticket. Get on the waiting list, because you might be that person. You never, ever know. See what else? So that's, I guess, it for our announcements. I wanted to kind of just do an open chat tonight, because it's the end of the year. This is the last month of the year, and I really want you guys to go out with a bang. I know it can be busy this time of year, but it is the most important time for our business to stay focused and to set goals, because right now, I'm sure some of you have seen already the pickup in your business. If you're talking about it, if you're sharing what you're doing, you will see a pickup start to pick up right now. And then it'll die down a little bit right before Christmas, and then it's going to pick up and take off come the new year. So how do you do that? It's through your behaviors daily now. It is so important that this time of year, you do not check out. You need to be engaged. You need to be doing the 3 vital behaviors. So that is inviting personal development and being a product of the product. You must be doing that. Okay. Now, of course, we're all human. So if you miss a workout, it's not the end of the world. If you miss, whatever it is, inviting one day, it's not the end of the world, but do it the next day. Okay. So let's say I forgot to invite today, or I had too much going on, I couldn't. Tomorrow, I'm making up for it. Instead of 5, I'm doing 10. Your struggles right now during this holiday season, talk about it. Say, oh my gosh, I'm doing the 21-day fix. I already, maxed out on my yellow containers, but I want that stinking cookie. Just talk about it. The more real you can be right now, and finding solutions to overcome things, or maybe showing, okay, I did amazing all week. I'm going to have this piece of pie. And not beating yourself up over it. People want to see you real. They want you to be raw with them. The more you can share your honesty, the more people will connect with you. So it is really important right now that you do that. I was so proud of so many of you that I saw on Thanksgiving posting that you did your workout and that you had your shake. That shows your dedication, and that makes you stand out among other people. It shows that no matter what, that no matter how much turkey you had that day, no matter how much pie and whatever else, wine that day, you still did the behaviors and kept up with your lifestyle. So you allowed for, enjoyment, but you also stuck to what it is that you do. And so for people around you, they are watching you. They are saying, oh my gosh, how the heck did, he or she get this workout in on Thanksgiving? But you can say, listen, I did a 25-minute workout while the turkey was in the oven and the kids were napping, or I got up a little early and while the egg casserole was in the oven, I did a 25-minute workout. Be real, be practical, and keep up with these behaviors, because right now more than ever, you're going to see a divide. The people that drop off and don't do these things and don't share, their business is going to slowly go down. The people who post, the people who stick to these behaviors, their business might not even be going up right now. It might be stagnant. But I promise you, even if you stay here, come after Christmas, it's going to go woo and go ridiculous, because everybody around you is watching you and they're saying, I want to work with this person because they have stuck with it over maybe their best friend who says they're a coach. So your behaviors now matter. They matter more than ever, because this is a hard time of year. So I want you guys to commit to doing these things. I want you to commit to these 3 vital behaviors. And personally, which I know a lot of people are like this, my first vital behavior to go is personal development. And I know when I don't do personal development, I start to have a more negative attitude. I start to doubt myself. I have lack of material to use on my pages. And I just tend to not do as well personally and in my business. So I know I am a mom of 3 and I'm busy and I don't have time to sit down and read. So I make it easy on myself. I download books on Audible. I listen to podcasts. Podcasts are free. You have so much knowledge at your fingertips. So make it a point to do that personal development. Even if it's 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, make sure you do it. I usually listen to mine when I'm doing something else. I'm multitasking. I actually listen to it even when I do my workouts. I turn my volume down on the TV and then I crank it up on my phone. And sometimes I attach it to my Bluetooth stereo. And so I'm listening to the personal development as I'm working out. And I think actually sometimes it makes me work out harder and push myself harder because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to believe in myself and I'm going to do this. And so it does incredible things for you. If you lack that, you will find you will probably get discouraged easily. So that is the one thing I want you guys to make sure too that you do and commit that from now until the new year, you will do it every single day. Can everybody do that? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Yeah? Awesome. All right, perfect. All right, I want to do a little activity with you real quick. This wasn't planned, but I want to do it. Because I think this time of year too, because we are so busy, we forget how impactful and powerful we really can be in other people's lives, in helping them, and we aren't aware of what we truly, truly can do. So I want everybody to stand up right now. Come on, everybody stand up. Don't be shy, don't be shy. All right, I'm gonna have to stand back. Okay. Oh, I'm sweating. All right, everybody, I want you to point straight out in front of yourself. Okay, now you're gonna turn, and I want you guys to turn as far as you can and notice where your finger points on the wall. So watch me for a second. Okay, now I took note that I was able to point to that clock back there. Okay, so everybody, I want you to point and turn your body as far as you can, and then notice where you land. Okay, turn back. All right. Now, I want you guys to take a moment and just close your eyes. Okay, you guys can be anything that you want to be. You can go as far as you can't even imagine. You can go further than you can ever imagine. You have such an importance in this world, and you can do so many things. I want you to imagine yourself in your head, picture it. Picture yourself turning again, and your hand is going to go a foot further than it just was, maybe 2 feet further than it just was. Your body is going to turn way further than you just were. So now picture yourself doing that. Imagine your hand going past that point that you just saw. Okay. Now believe that you can do that. Believe that you will do that. You will accomplish this and you will go past that point. Now I want you to open your eyes, point again at me, and now I want you to really try your hardest that you're gonna get past that point and you're gonna go further than you ever have before. Everybody go ahead and take note of where you go. Did you surpass where you pointed the first time? By far? Okay, great job, guys. Sit down. So I want you to take that image, that activity, and remember that you literally just told yourself, you believed in yourself, you pictured yourself doing it, and you did. Your business your personal life, any goals that you have is the same thing. You have to believe that you can do them. You have to set goals and know that you can accomplish them, that you can push yourself and go further than you ever thought you could. So I want you to take a minute and think about where you want to see yourself in your business by the end of the year. And go ahead and write that down and take a mental note of that. And then I want you to think of where you want to be in March. Now, I want you to sit and think of these things. And if you look at them and you think, oh, I can do that, then they're probably not big enough. Your goals need to scare you a little bit. Because if I told you that you could twist your body all the way around to where you did the first time, you probably would have told me, no way. But you did, because you believed in yourself. So I really want you guys to focus on big, scary goals. Goals that maybe right now seem like you can't do it. But in reality, you actually can. So I want to encourage you to think about that after this call and really dive deep into them. Tell your upline coach, get on board, maybe get an accountability partner, and then every single day, I want you to wake up and imagine yourself in that place. How will it feel? How will it look? How will it taste? How will it smell? Imagine yourself in that place, in that big, scary goal place, and then tell yourself that you're there, that you can do this, that you will do this. And if you can do that every single day, I promise you, you will be able to reach it, just like you did the second time when you spun around. So that is your goal tonight. Set your goal for the end of the year and then by March. And share it with your upline because it's so important. A goal written on paper, or even in your head, it's not a plan. You need to create a plan. So speak to your upline coach, talk to an accountability partner, and have people around you, surround you with your goal so that we can help support you, that we can motivate you, and we can help get you there. Because that's the point of a team, right? We cheer each other on and we share strategies of how to get there. But you have to have a goal and written down, and it needs to be spoken to somebody, because something that you just keep hidden is not going to help you at all, because we're here to help you. All right. Can everybody commit to that? Okay, awesome. This can be a income goal. It could be a rank goal. It could also include maybe your physical appearance, your mentality, whatever it is. It could be all of those things. So really spend some time and do that. And please, please, please share that with somebody afterwards that you know will help hold you accountable and help you get there. Okay? All right, awesome. I want to open it up to you guys now to just kind of share maybe concerns or maybe questions or things that you've found that are working for you. I know some of you are like selling challenge packs out the butt right now with your hammer and chisel, which is amazing. So if you have tips for other coaches that maybe are struggling, that would be amazing. So I'm going to open it up to you guys. All right, Kelly, I'm going to put you on the spot. You're muted. I know. I'm going to embarrass you. No, I'm kidding. Do you need me to unmute you?
Okay, got it.
Awesome. Yes, baby.
I'm heading up the bed. Can
Okay.
you
Give me a kiss. I'll be up to pray with you, okay, when I'm done.
Okay.
All right, sorry. Okay, so Kelly crushed the end of the month, and she is now on target with you hit. Did you hit Success Club today?
Yesterday.
Yeah. Okay, so she hit it yesterday with 7. And so she ended her month so strong. And so I just want to, I would like you to kind of share, coming down to the wire, what it was that kind of pushed you, what it was that helped you to reach your goal.
I remember on one of the calls a while ago, somebody had said that the more that you don't concentrate on getting your successful points, the more that it happens. So like Monday morning, I was sitting at 4 and I was like, I don't think this is going to happen. I'm going to keep inviting. And then out of the blue, somebody messaged me and said, I want your deal today.
Awesome.
And then I got another Shakeology order. I was like, whoa, where did that come from?
Mm-hmm. And you were one of those people who stayed consistent through the holiday and shared everything that you were doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So one thing that you said was you focused more on the people and not the points, right?
Yeah.
And you were consistent and you believed, even though you had that doubt,
Yeah.
you believed that you would do it.
Yeah.
That is something that's huge, because I'll tell you, there have been many times where I am literally like at 0 and the last like 3 days of the month, and I'm like, how am I going to get to 10? And like in my head, I have this, you always have that battle, right? It's like the angel and then the devil. And it's like the devil saying, you can't do this. Like, you're so far behind. You should be at Success Club 10 by now. You have 3 days. Are you kidding me? Who's going to want to do this now? And then you have that other side where you have to focus. You have to like be like, get off of my shoulder. I'm focusing over here. I can do this. I will do this. I'm going to reach out to more people. I'm going to offer a deal. I'm going to believe in myself that it's going to happen. And that comes across to people. I find that when you're desperate, you come across desperate. So you have to believe, right? Because I'm sure your conversations with people at that point, obviously you're super excited, but you have to remain confident and calm, right? Because otherwise people are like, oh, like she's rushed. She needs this order now. And and it's okay to put time limits on things. It's okay to say my deal is over at 12, so it needs to be in by then. But there's a difference between standing firm and confident and being frantic.
Yeah. I think it's good that you know the programs, like you said, because I told this girl, how much it worked for me. And she was like, sold.
Yep. Yeah, to have a personal experience with programs is great. I haven't done every single Beachbody program, but I will tell you, the newer ones, like I do them because it's important, as Kelly said, when you have your own, even if it's not like a huge transformation, if you have a story or something that you can say, this was really great and why, that's all you need. Because then they can relate to you and they can say, oh, that's what I need. So great job, Kelly. I'm really proud of you. And just keep it up, girl. You are killing it. So congratulations.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, Amanda, my girl, calling you out. Okay, so Amanda is a brand new coach, and she finished with Success Club 4, and she literally just became a coach like 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks. Yeah. Here, wait, let me unmute you. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. 14 days because I just finished my second week of 21 Day Fix. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. So she's a perfect example, number one, of being a product of the product, because she is seeing results. But I encouraged her to share more of herself personally versus just the programs. And so what did you decide to do, Amanda?
Well, I put a picture of me out there, which was hard for me to do in the beginning on day 3 and then day 10.
Yeah.
And, but my results were they were really dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a lot of people say, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And in like 2 days, I had one person not follow through with theirs, even though I sent him everything. He said he was going to do it. He didn't follow through. But then I had 2 people like buy it. Like, right, my mom decided to do it because she saw my results, and she was like, "If you can do it, I can do it."
Awesome.
And then a friend out of nowhere was like, "I want it." And then I've had friends like just contacting me constantly the past couple of days, and they're like, "I can't do it quite yet, but like towards Christmas, I want to do it." So I'm hoping I can get some of them to do it towards Christmas and then challenge them for New Year's.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely. So she put herself out there. She got a little bit out of her comfort zone because she wasn't
A lot.
but it paid off. And in 2 weeks of being a coach, she sold 2 challenge packs, and she has way more people interested. So that goes back to, once again, product of the product, and being a little bit, forcing yourself to get out of your comfort zone and sharing that personal story so people can connect with you. So congratulations. I'm really, really proud of you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, Whitney, you're next. All right, so Whitney did our call a couple weeks ago, and she was a little behind earlier this month than what she usually is, and she had a complete turnaround. As you can see, she ended this month with 15 Success Club points. So I know you already did a call this month, or this past month, so I don't want to, give you too much responsibility in talking, but share with us what it was that you feel really, going from earlier in the month when not being so confident, to killing it at the end of the month. What was it?
Okay, well, let me see. We were probably about halfway through the month, and I think I'd sold 1 challenge pack. And my goal for every month for me personally is to get to at least 10. And so I was like, okay, I've got 2 points, and the month's half over, and Thanksgiving's coming up, and I was kind of freaking out. My mom was here visiting. I was freaking out so much that she felt so bad for me that she bought a challenge pack through my dad's account. So that put me at 4. But after that, I realized that I was throwing myself a pity party and not doing anything about it. I was sitting here thinking, oh, no one's buying anything, but I wasn't doing anything to put myself out there. So I decided to do a 21 Day Fix group, since that's what was on sale, and it's such an awesome program. Everyone should have it. And I sent out, it was like 20 or 30 messages within like a 2-day period, telling people that I had a group coming up that was going to be 30-minute workouts and portion control and all this. I had like a little message. I sent the same thing to all these people, and most of them didn't message me back, but I had one girl message me back saying she was interested. So I was talking to her about it, and then while I was talking to her, she goes, hey, my best friend's interested too. She wants to do it also. And I was like, oh, perfect. And then I had another girl who I had been talking to on Instagram, and I'd been talking to her before this, and then our conversation kind of like lulled. She wasn't responding back, and so then I sent her the little my little invite to my 21-day fix group, and she was like, yeah, that sounds great. And so she got on board. And then one of the other points, I just kind of got lucky, and an old customer who didn't even come talk to me about it just went and ordered a challenge pack. So that just kind of showed up, and that was really exciting. But I think the main thing was just not sitting around saying, oh, woe is me, I don't have enough points, I'm not going to get it. Like, seriously, I was throwing myself a pity party. You should have heard me talking to my mom about it. It was sad. But when I actually got off my butt and did something about it, that's when the results started coming in and people started messaging me back. And because, like I've said before on other calls, I'm really bad with inviting. That's something that I slack on really bad. And then I wonder why nothing's happening and why I'm not, why I don't have the points that I want. So once I actually did that and really put some effort into reaching out to those people, that's when it turned around. And then I called my mom the other day and I was like, Mom, I ended up the month at like 15. I don't even know how it happened. She was like, see, you were worried for nothing. I prayed for you.
Oh, I love it. So your mom. I love it. Yeah, so that's amazing. But yeah, I love what you said, because, even I will, have these slumps and I'm like, oh gosh, like what's going on? And then I'm like, that just means I need to do more of something. And a lot of times it is the inviting piece, especially right now, because right now is so slow. People are like not going out of their way to do anything. So they're not going to message you. They're not going to, check on all these things. But if you directly message people, they're like, oh, she, number one, is taking the time. She cares about me. And number two, I do need that. So let's do it. So a lot of times it's just a piece of your business that is missing that you need to, amp up. And, like I have said before, because we are in the midst of holiday season, people are a little bit more thinking about health right now, but not as much as they will right after Christmas. You have to do even more. So yes, it requires a little bit more work. But Whitney copied and pasted, maybe changed a few things here and there to personalize it to that specific person. But I'm sure it did not take too much time once she had that initial message to send to all those people. So, one thing I will say with that is Whitney is very consistent in her behaviors. She is not somebody that came out of the blue who has never posted about what she's doing, about her health, and just randomly message people. She is consistent. She posts on social media. She shares what she's doing. And so, and she connects with people online. So, she is commenting on photos, liking photos. She is somebody who takes time to talk and listen to people. So her messages weren't like, oh, who's this random person trying to bother me? So be aware of that, which is why I say this is a business of connections and relationships. Even if you're not, quote unquote, selling challenge pack to somebody and that's why you're talking to them, talk to as many people as you can, because when you do hit that time and you're like, I need to, reach more people and I want to invite more or whatever it is, you have grounds to do that. And people aren't going to just shut you out. And yes, like Whitney said, she got no responses from people. And that's always how it's going to be. A lot of people, there's outside reasons. We take it personally, but a lot of times it has nothing to do with it. Whether maybe they don't have Messenger, maybe they are, saw it and forgot, like that. I am like known for that. So, don't take it personally when people don't respond to you. Just maybe in a couple of days, in a week, check in on them, say, hey, how you doing? Chit chat, get to know them. So build those relationships, talk to people, and it will give you grounds to do that. So Whitney, if you want, in our file section, you could add that little blurb. Maybe it will help some of the coaches, and you can cater that also to now the hammer and chisel. Although the only thing about the hammer and chisel, it's not a program I would recommend for everybody. Hammer and chisel is something that is for people who are already working out. So, you know, you can use it for the 21 day fix, or if you know people that are currently working out, do the hammer and chisel one because it's at a great deal right now. So, plus it's brand new program. So people want it. So congratulations, Whitney. Great job. All right. Let's see. Who's my next victim? All right. Well, let's go with Elena. All right. So you are, how many months now have you been hitting Success Club? Like since you started pretty much, right? 2 months?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. So this is my second month that I've hit Success Club. I was a little nervous this month. I didn't think I was going to get there. It was slow at the beginning. Oh, here's my dog. And, you know, it's kind of like what Kelly was saying. You know, I just kept inviting. I kept reaching out to people. Just kept talking to people about, you know, my journey. I'm new on my journey with the 21 day fix and the results I've been having, but, you know, just keep inviting and keep reaching out and keep talking to people about it. And at the end of the month, that's, you know, I offered a couple deals with Black Friday going on, and that seemed to entice people a little bit more, I think. You know, people are trying to be a little bit tight with their money because of the holidays, but when they hear that they were getting a little bit of a deal, that, you know, the free cookbook or something, they were like, oh yeah, I'm all over that. Free stuff. I love it. So
now
that, and having them really invest in their own health, talking about that, how it's been such a great program for me, and talking about my results and things like that. So
yeah, and you consistently post as well. And you, how often do you speak with your upline coach?
I talk to Kyle probably every day, if not 2 or 3 times a day. Yeah.
Yep. So you are constantly engaged. You are asking questions. You are getting outside help, advice, confidence boost, whatever it is from your upline, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you feel that has been the key to you learning and growing quicker?
Definitely. You know, I am big on trying to figure out things on my own. But I do find sometimes that I'll get frustrated if I can't find something on my own. So I almost find it easier to just ask the question, learn it the right way, rather than, you know, trying to figure it out and learning it the wrong way and then making a mistake. So sometimes it is easier for me to just reach out and, you know, ask the question, get it right, you know, make a note of it and be like, okay, just repeat this over and over again. And Kyle's been so helpful. Kelly's been so helpful too. You know, we have group text messages all the time, so I love that. And you know, they're both so open and share all their knowledge with me, which is great. So
yeah, and that is so important. I'd imagine most of you guys on this call chat quite often with your coach, or at least other coaches. And that is something that is crucial. I know a lot of people sometimes are hesitant or, you know, to reach out, but it is so important to continually talk and go over goals and ask questions and just get motivation. Like, hey, I'm struggling with this, like, or give me an idea. I need help. Like, I'm stuck. You know, because everybody thinks differently. And sometimes it's just like a little conversation with somebody that you're like, oh my gosh, I can do it this way. And it helps you so much. So I would encourage you, if you don't currently, to make sure that you reach out to your upline and talk to them. It doesn't have to be on a daily basis. It could be on a weekly basis. It could be, you know, bi-weekly, whatever it is. It's so important. And I'm very much the same, whereas I figure stuff out myself. I like to figure stuff out myself, but sometimes it's you don't, and then you're like, all right, I need a quick answer here, you know? So never be hesitant to go to your upline. If you don't get what you need there, that's why we have our groups. Ask questions there, connect with another coach, and it will help. And it has shown, because, you know, you are connected in and you are hitting Success Club and just doing an amazing job. So keep it up, girl. You're doing great. All right. I am going to go to Angie, who is a brand new coach, right? So you have hit Success Club in your first month of the business, which is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What would you say was your driver or something that really helped you to do that this month?
I don't know. For me, I think I remember telling Kelly, talking with her one time, that I was just really having fun with it. I think she had actually, it was right after she checked in with me and she says, have you checked? She goes, I think you've hit Success Club 5. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. You know, like I really hadn't been keeping up with it, and I didn't know enough yet to know like how many points I get for things. So I wasn't really trying. I was just trying to get people interested and, you know, on board. And so, you know, I kept checking, and it was taking a while, but it finally came up, and, you know, I was really stoked about it. But I just think I saw great results, and I still am. And after having a really rough time last year with finding out I had Crohn's, I had to have some surgery, and, you know, my health, long story short, just kind of sucked. And it's just been like a roller coaster. But, you know, I was starting to feel better, and Kelly and I had talked, and I, you know, started the Shakeology, and I got on the 21-day fix. And through that, it just really, it got me back to where I was and then some. I mean, I feel the best now that I ever have. So I just kind of wanted to share it with people, you know. And I've had people, you know, I had this month, a couple signed on at the same time, which was really cool. But, you know, I've had people that I anticipated would be interested, but I've had several people who just out of the blue were like sending me messages because they've seen what I've been posting, and they saw where I was last year, and they're just like, they just want to know what this is all about.
Right. So you're sharing your personal journey and story online mainly. Is that what you would say?
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I just get excited about it. And I'm trying to, you know, now I'm just trying to dig deeper and learn more about really how to grow, how to make things grow, and really learn more about that kind of inner workings of it. Because, you know, being on fire for it certainly is great, but I just kind of want to learn what more I can do. So
Absolutely.
It's exciting. I like it.
Well, I'm so glad that you're a part of this team and that you're so excited. I get excited about it too. So congratulations. That's a huge thing. And, you know, remember this excitement, because, you know, you will have a time when you're, you know, like we've said, we're like, oh, you know, but if you can re-engage that, I mean, it's incredible truly what you can do and how many lives you can change. You know for yourself how it's affected your life. So think of all those people around you that you can help do the same exact thing. So great job. Keep it up.
Thank you.
All right, Jessica. All right, now you have to tell me how to say your last name, because I know I botch it every time I say it. Manus. Okay, all right. I'll remember that. I'm the worst with names, so I apologize.
Everybody does it. It's okay.
All right, so you, again, oh my gosh, I wish I went back through and knew how many months you all hit Success Club, because you have been so consistent in your work. You have been so consistent, and I know that you have a lot going on, and so what is it that helps you stay focused, and what's driving you every single month to keep going and to work your business?
Jenna. No.
Yeah.
My upline.
Well, you're very connected in with her too, which goes back to that important piece, which.
Yeah. I think this month I kind of agree with Whitney. I kind of was having a pity party for myself and feeling, because I didn't do anything until this last week.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a lot of potentials and I just kept with them. I think a lot of times, people say they're interested and then you kind of forget about them, but you can't forget about them. You have to continue to talk to them and reach out to them, even if it's just to say, hi, how are you? How are things?
Yep.
Not pushing Beachbody to them. So I think that was my key for me this month. I had 2 people that I talked to them earlier this month.
Okay.
And I just kept reaching out.
Yep.
But this month, my like page, actually, I got my first customer from my like page.
Oh, awesome.
Stranger.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's a big deal. That really is a big deal.
Yeah, because your friends and family, they kind of run out, and people that you're close to. So I was always really nervous about what was going to happen when that happened. Was I going to be strong enough to get people that don't know me or don't know anything?
Yeah, that's a big leap in your business. So congratulations, because like you said, your warm market will tap out at some point. So you have to find ways to continue to grow outside of that warm market. And so getting that first customer that you don't know is like incredible, because you know that you're doing what you need to do to grow and to reach people that you don't know. So congratulations on that one. That's awesome. And something that is so important is that follow-up. So I don't talk a lot about it because I'm awful at this, but if in a perfect world, I would do this perfectly like my husband does with all of his work, but keep track in a spreadsheet of all the people you talk to. It is very hard and it is time consuming, but even if you have a notebook, if you have one notebook that you can write down everybody's names, when you talked to them last, it will be so helpful. You can go back to that sheet in these times and go do follow-ups with all of them and say, oh, this was like a month ago, or this was, 2 months ago, they were interested in this. And, go back and follow up with people. And like you said, connect with them. Don't always just focus on the Beachbody side. Find something in common. See how they're doing. See how their kids are. Say, what was that vacation you just went on? Check out people's pages and get to know them a little bit. That is so important. So that follow-up, I know I've said this before on calls, but it takes, I think, like 7 exposures for somebody to actually get on board. So if you're not constantly talking to them, constantly, sharing what you're doing and talking about what you're doing and connecting them into your world too, you're going to miss it. Because how many people do you just talk to one time? How many people that you just kind of let slide by, and I think it's 12 times you actually have to talk to people where you get an 80% success rate. So it's really important to do that follow-up and keep connecting with those people, because there's so many people that I have talked to for months, even a year and a half, that I know that they would be amazing coaches, or they said they're just not ready yet, or they have told me they want to do it but they just haven't. I keep them in my back pocket. I keep talking to them. Yeah. Amanda, we talked a long time. It was on and off. So just don't forget about those people, because like Amanda, they could be sitting here one day. Just keep them. Yes. And Kyle, a lot of you, my slow people. No, I'm kidding. It's good because it has to be their decision.
Oh, they want in.
Yeah. it's hard for me sometimes to understand it, because when I was approached with it, I was like, I'm doing it, So then when I take time with other people, sometimes I'm like, come on, just do it. I believe in you. Just believe in yourself. So they have to be ready. And so keeping, that friendship, that connection going is definitely the key. So great job. You pulled it off and you did it. So I think too, with this, you all are sharing amazing tips, but it's also like sometimes we don't always remember, because in a couple months from now, you might be throwing yourself another pity party, and you're like, oh, I remember I did it this month. I can do it again. So learn from your own stories that you're sharing, and then everybody else can too. So thank you so much for sharing. All righty, let's see. Let's go to Nicole. All right. So Nicole is a newer coach as well. And this month she hit Success Club 5. Something too, she also attended our last Super Saturday as a brand spanking new coach. And she can talk about that, but I feel that kind of lit a fire in her. And it helped her to understand and see that this is real business. This is real people. This is just real life versus just a virtual thing. So first of all, congratulations. And I would love to have you share just a little bit about what it was that you did, and maybe some of your experience going as a brand new coach to a Super Saturday.
Okay. Well, going to Super Saturday definitely helped me realize, like, they're real people. Like, they're not famous people. They're just real everyday people, just like you and me, that just post, and they're consistent, and that's how they get people to follow them. So I just, it kind of like lit that fire. Like, if I'm consistent and I do this and I'm real with people, then, people want to join me in this journey, and they'll want to do, they'll want to better themselves. Like, I'm trying to better myself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's definitely how Super Saturday helped. And then I just started like inviting people and reaching out and posting like every move I make. And I don't care if people think I'm annoying. I don't care, but I'm going to post my results. I'm going to post what I'm doing, hoping that, people see that and they get excited and they want to join me. And I mean, some of my really good friends are like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, let me talk to you about what I'm doing. And just trying to like get it out there, because a lot of people are like, well, what's this shake stuff you talk about? You drink all the day. What is it? And I'm like, well, let me give you information. Like, let me give you a sample that, you can try it. Mm-hmm. So just like little things like that, I think really helped me this month.
And too, so, and another thing. So I think the initial, other than just being a coach, because I think when you first sign as a coach, it can be just very exciting. So you got to see real life, how people are, share their success stories, kind of lit a different type of fire, I think, in you. And then two, you also, once again, you're very connected in. And you are, we constantly talk, and we kind of have a little success group together. So how do you feel about, having that constant person or people to go to talk with, about whatever it is, or talk through things? How has that helped you?
It's helped me crazy. I mean, like, without you and like Maggie, like our like group text messages and like our chats and stuff, I'd be like a lost little puppy. I mean, like, I would be a lost puppy. Like, cause like if I'm like, oh, I just text Amy, I don't know. I'm like, like, you give me the answers, you help me, and like you guide me through it, which, I mean, like, I know some people, they just order stuff off the infomercials, like you said earlier, and they don't get that experience. They don't have that guidance and that constant support to get them through it. So, oh yeah, but no, having you, yeah, definitely, like, that constant communication,
yep, definitely
helps.
Yeah. So Maggie and Nicole have, and myself, but they talk too, have, I mean, a lot during the week. We all go back and forth talking through stuff, and it's so helpful, because you're sharing ideas. And like I said before, you know, you have each other cheering for each other, sharing ideas, and not everybody thinks the same way. So, you know, when somebody says, I'm doing this, but it's not working, then somebody else can be like, oh, what about this? Like, try it from this angle or say it this way. You know, we're not ever going to do something perfect the first time. So a lot of this is just doing it and then figuring out a better way. There's always a better way to do things. And I think through talking to people who are working the business, it's going to help you do that. And it helps you stay accountable and push yourself, because we're cheering each other on to reach certain goals each and every month. Awesome. And also too, I had mentioned before, you know, get on calls with your upline. I am not a upline coach that's going to manage you guys. I'm somebody that I'm here for you. So if you want to do calls with me, I will do calls with you. But I'm not going to tell you that you have to be on calls with me. But I am a firm believer that if you get on calls or at least text me and we chat, you will be more successful because we can talk through things. So I believe it's very important. It's something that, you know, not everybody has the opportunity to have. So take advantage of it. And like I said, if it's maybe it's a different upline coach in Fearless and Fit, or a different team that maybe helps you more, then talk to them if they're willing to. But talk to somebody. All right. I'm going to you, Kyle. The Mr. Success Club 4 man.
No, I'm at 5. Whatever. Don't get me started with that crap.
I had to poke the bear. So Kyle is supposed to be at Success Club 5, but I can't officially announce it yet because there was issues with the system. So we'll still working that out. But so Kyle, though, he is a diamond coach who is constantly on his toes. He's constantly, you know, helping people. As you know, Elena had mentioned, you know, he's works closely with the coaches that want to work. He's willing to talk with them. He's willing to help them in any way. And he is always reaching out to people to get on board. Now, I'm not sure what you did this past month, but the previous month, Kyle and I had talked, and I said, you know, why don't you reach out to 20 people a day? And he did. And his business has taken off. He's somebody that, like, if you tell him to jump, he'll say how high. Mm-hmm. And so, Kyle, why don't you share some of just your tips on your attitude in your success?
Well, like you said, you know, just reaching out to 10, 20 people a day, you know, and doing those 3 vital behaviors, you know, be the product, personal development, and then reaching out. And, you know, I'm not only reaching out to, you know, you as my upline coach, but, you know, to other coaches, you know, and I'm finally, you know, reaching out to Whitney more now, you know, and, you know, just getting out there and reaching out to, you know, people, and then, you know, other coaches on the team, you know. Doesn't necessarily have to be your upline. Could be a cross line, or, you know, or a success partner or a friend, you know. And, you know, just reaching out and, you know, just posting, reaching out, and doing everything and anything, you know. And, like you said, last month it was like, I mean, I was doing 20 a day, and I'm like posting every 3 to 5 times a day, and I'm like, why am I not getting it? You know, I guess, you know, it's a slow month, but still, and it's just like a nail biter of a month. But yep. I'm already at Success Club 4 this one, so I'm not letting that happen again. I already sold 2 Hammer and Chisel Challenge packs already today.
Awesome. Congratulations. And, you know, your business will go in waves like that. There's some months where you just hit it quickly, and other months it is a nail biter. But all of the coaches who are continually reaching out, like you said, and posting and sticking to the 3 vital behaviors, whether it's a nail biter or you're hitting it early in the month, you're hitting it. And so you set it as a goal for yourself and you do it. And so for you, Kyle, too, I believe that by speaking to other coaches, not only it gives you the information, but it gives you the confidence so that when it is a nail biter, you have other people believing in you that you can do it and you will do it no matter what.
Mm-hmm. And like, Elena said, I mean, I'm always talking to her, Kelly, Amy, and I'm glad to see Angie's on the call. That's my 3 downline people right there. I was waiting for you to call me next after them because I think you had Kelly, Elena, and Angie all in that order. I'm like, all my downline. But everyone's plugging along and they all have success clubs. So I mean, that's wonderful. So, like Elena said, I'm in contact with them a couple times a day. How they doing? Let's set this goal for today, and just let's hit it. Yep.
Well, I'm very proud of you. And I think that as like the sole male of the team, you're doing a great job and you're not letting that stop you or hold you back.
Nope. I think I told you that since day one.
Yep.
Yes, I might be an outcast, but I'm not stopping.
You do have pink tape on your package, just warning you.
Oh, thank you. That's fine.
You're manly, though. You can do pink, right? So keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Kyle is a great source of information as well. If you ever need somebody, Whitney, to, these are coaches that are diamonds and are really killing the business. So thanks, Kyle, and good job. We will get that last point. We will
fight away. Yeah.
We will fight for it because
believe me,
it is yours. So, all right, awesome. Tanya, over to you, my lady. So Tanya is right now. She has created some awesome material for challenge groups, and she's doing a great job with that. Her results are like insane. I can't even believe it. I don't even really recognize you compared to like when you first started. You have completely blown me away. You look incredible. So congratulations with that. And so what would you say has been the most helpful thing that is kind of driving your business and your motivation currently?
Oh, there, am I muted?
Yep.
I don't know really what's driving me. I don't know. I just really want to, I just really want to give what I've gotten out of this, right? So I'm just really passionate about, really just wanting to help other people feel the same way that I do from everything that I've been through. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so the product of the product piece is like what I believe is your passion that has driven you to push yourself to be successful and help other people.
Right. Even the past couple weeks, I've kind of been in the same thing where it's, I've just been crazy busy, picking up other shifts and just, just to the max. Cause, obviously it's a busy month and everything. So, but even with all of the times that I am kind of, falling off a day, I'm still posting like, hey, I'm getting back up today. I'm starting again. I'm not giving up. Right. So it's really, it's really helped people see that, no matter how much you stumble, you can still keep going. Right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. You are, I love what you have created for the challenge groups. I really, truly feel that through your being product of the product, it has driven you to really be focused on that and be focused on helping people rather than, the points. The points are coming along with it, but your focus is, look, this is what it's done for me and I want it to do the same for you. So
right.
Yeah, that's really what it like came to when I was like creating like, you know, my guide and everything, and everything that's worked for me, and what, like, you know, all of the points from all of the challenge groups that I've been part of, like all the posts that they've used, I've kind of taken from that, and just like knowing, you know, what I'm gonna, you know, what I can share could really help, you know.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I think you're doing a great job, and I love your format, and your results are incredible. So keep up the great work, and
Thank you.
Keep that passion going, because we are in this to help people, right?
Oh, my daughter's up. She's saying hi.
Hi. So
There, now I can hear you.
call, because mine always jump in here too. So.
Yeah, she's always poking it, and she's like, "Hi, can they hear me?" Yeah. But yeah.
Well, great job. All right, now I'm not. Is this Tiffany, the 908? I can't see, and I don't have a name.
How are you doing?
Not sure. All right. Well, I was gonna get Maggie to talk, but it looks like she had to jump off. I will say a little blurb for Maggie, and how I feel about her business. So Maggie, you can correct me later. But so Maggie is in her second month of the business. She hit Success Club 5 the first month, or I think it was over 5, but this month she finished with 10. And we talk all the time. And for me, what I see out of her is that she, once again, gets very engaged and is not afraid to reach out to people. She's somebody that I think is truly trying to be fearless, and she really just genuinely wants to help people. So, you know, she is constantly texting me. I'm, you know, trying to help her, give her a different angle, or just encourage her. We set goals. That's something that she does, that once, like I had said, you all need to do. I really, really want you guys to do. Maggie became an Emerald coach within 7 days of her business. And the reason for it is because when I first talked to her, I said, what is it that, you know, you want to do? Do you need to be making more money? Do you want to leave your job? Like, what is it in Beachbody that you would like to see? And so I told her, you know, we need to set these goals so that you can do these things. And becoming an Emerald coach is the first step in rank advancing. Now, that doesn't promise you $1 million or anything like that, but it's the first point in your business when you can start to earn money off of people under you. And it's the first point that you get to see a recognition. So I told her, it's not difficult. This does not have to be difficult. You can become an Emerald coach so easily. You can sign up your husband. You can sign up a friend. You can sign up your mom. You know, it does not have to be hard. So when you think something is easy, it just is. When you think something is hard, then it's going to be hard. So Emerald coach, Diamond coach, Star Diamond coach, whatever it is, does not have to be difficult. It's just a matter of seeing it and going after it. You have, you know, that tunnel vision and you do it. And that's exactly what she has done. And so, you know, I encouraged her to also set her next goal. She hit her first goal. Let's set the next goal. You just do it one at a time. And so you don't have to get ahead of yourself in the business. You don't have to say, you know, I want to be a 5-star diamond coach by X date. No, let's take it one goal at a time. And, you know, you could have 2 or 3 goals that are a little bit more further in the future, but then you step back and you say, this is my first goal. How are we going to meet it? Okay, this is how I can do it. It's easy. Let's do it. So, and I've given her ways to do that. So, she's no different than any of you. You guys can all do this. You can hit Success Club. You can hit Emerald. You can hit Diamond. Whatever it is, you can do it. Just like in that exercise that we did earlier. So I applaud her for, you know, thinking things are easy and doing it, and for setting goals, because I truly believe that everybody needs to do that. So great job, Maggie, on your success in your business so far. And I want to encourage you, as I did earlier, I know we went super long tonight, but create those goals. Think about how it will feel. Imagine it. Picture yourself doing it. What will it mean to you when you're making X amount of dollars a week? What will it mean to you when you are walking across the stage at Summit as a 1-star diamond coach? What will it mean when you get, your first bonus? These are things that you need to think about. Think about how it's going to feel, what it can do for your family. Picture it, feel it, and then go after it. Create a plan. Talk to somebody to help you get there. All of your upline coaches believe in you. So like I said before, we believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. And we are here to help you do that and help to support you and give you the pieces of how to get there. So set those goals, talk to your upline coach, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. And if you guys need any additional information or you have any questions, you can message me. You can always text me too. If you don't have my number, just ask me for it. I'm very open about those things. So keep up the amazing work. You guys all are killing it. And I know that December is going to be a great month. So thank you so much, guys. And I will see you next week. Bye.